So we went through Delaware. We're on the New Jersey Turnpike, and we're approaching New York. We're a little worried about rush hour. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, and just stopped and filled up. We got 262 miles to go. And,
I'd rather have my mother in a whorehouse and go through New York. New York City, anyway. You know, New York has no problem with that. Oh, the city is a mess.
We've been stopping frequently, getting out and stretching, and I'm doing pretty damn good. I'm feeling it, but I'm feeling good. It's all worth this shit. So
I don't want Diane getting on me because she gave me a brief before I left. Make sure he gets out and walks around, Hershel. I need to get out and walk around too. So I don't have a blood clot. I just got a sore ass. My sciatic nerve started pinging at me.
I'm going to get you about weapons now. What's your favorite weapon of all time?
1911, 45, HCP, 230 grains in it, 50 feet a second. Makes a big hole, area of impact. Makes big holes. You bleed out faster and get vapor locked. Your heart does. But I'm a head shooter, so shoot them in the head. You save a lot of lead if you shoot them in the head.
I haven't heard that one yet.
No, I just made it up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. What about SEAL type of weapons, patrol weapons?
Well, of course they don't have it anymore, and why they ever got rid of it is beyond me, and that was the Stoner machine gun. You could convert that into 3 different weapons. But that's really my all-time favorite. But I was a 60 machine gunner, and I had a Stoner too, which I carried most of the time when we had those.
What was the 3 weapons you could configure?
Say again?
What were the 3 weapons you could configure?
Well, you could make it into a carbine rifle or machine gun. It came out with a really good piece, and it's just the boys back at Crane. It's you get hung up with all this dogmatic BS. Nothing worse in the world than a dogmatic dude as an instructor, weapons procurer. They're going to do exactly what they want to do for the most part, and they tend not to. We got so much stuff in the SEAL teams, but the guys that were sending it to us were not operators. And we'd get in the field, we were throwing all kind of stuff away. I ain't carrying that piece of it. They sent me one time in Vietnam a pump 40 Mike. Sasquatch couldn't have carried the damn thing. My hands weren't big enough to grab the damn charging lever there.
Was it one of the big belt drum?
No. It was just like a pump shotgun. You put them in, carried 4 rounds, one up the spout.
Sounds like a good concept.
But you can't make a 40 Mike. My God.
Would you carry that as a primary weapon?
That was my baby for about 150 yards. I ain't carrying it. Shit. Give me my machine gun back. I really didn't have to. They just wanted somebody to take it out and try it out. I said, no, this is... Maybe Shaq, the big basketball player, 7'1". That would have been a perfect weapon for him.
Big long arm.
Oh, he'd have thought that was a little bitty toy.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, he's a big guy.
You guys hump shotguns much?
That's what that was. I carried pump shotgun my last 15 years. I like my shotgun.
It's just your primary weapon?
Yeah. My secondary is my pistol. So, it's just, as the chief, I'm communicating and all these other things. My shotgun, of course, if you shot somebody with it, it definitely, it's close-in weapon. But most everything we did, I could stand up and hit the guy with my weapon, or we could shoot him where they were that close.
What were the bigger type of operations you did? Was it a lot of the ambushes, or
mostly every body snatches? I don't think we ever were successful on one of those ops. We one time went in trying to find a district level guy for the Causevin, which was really, those are the guys you want to get, the infrastructure. But we never did. But we always tried. There was always plenty of people to shoot. I mean, there wasn't no shortage of targets. And of course, we were targets too.
Remember you telling me that after a few tours, I think you were talking in the later stages, you guys in the Army and the Marine Corps, they had killed all the dumb ones, and all that were left were fucking smart ones.
Yeah, they got, we, and by 69 when I got there, there's some
in 1 mile, keep right onto Turnpike North.
There's some pretty sharp dudes running around, but they weren't sharper than us. Although I guess maybe on 1 or 2 occasions they were, because they shot me. Which was a good lesson for me and made me a better SEAL.
Anybody else get hit?
One other man in my platoon, Paul Evanco.
Yeah, Paul.
And he got fragged by a booby trap grenade in a hooch. It was another provincial reconnaissance unit type thing. And he had told the Vietnamese guy, don't touch anything. And the first thing he saw, something sitting on the table.
Keep right onto Turnpike North.
Booty type stuff. And he picked it up and boom, and blowed, I think it blowed his arm off or hand or something, and fragged Paul. I don't even think Paul left country. They just repaired him there.
You know my story with Paul.
Drive 25 miles on Turnpike North.
Hang on, what's going on here? What happened?
Where's that?
Well, we were supposed to be over there. I guess maybe it's going to take us. Okay, we're good. Go ahead.
I think you're fine. Paul Evanco and the Phony.
Huh?
The Phony I busted was talking about Paul.
Oh, is that right? Paul's a sharp guy. He became an officer. He was second class in Vietnam in the platoon. And he went to Penn State, I think. Went somewhere up here to school in Pennsylvania and got his degree, came back as an officer. He retired as a lieutenant commander. He's written several books. He's a pretty sharp guy. I really like Paul.
He emailed me last week about a Phony. But I got that Phony, and I said, come on, name one other SEAL that you served with. This guy was flailing. And he goes, Paul Evanco. And I go, Paul Evanco? Are you shitting me? He's a household name in SEAL team. That's all you can come up with is Paul?
Yeah.
And it went over big. Paul saw the video and contacted me. And he was on a ship with this guy before he became a SEAL.
Yeah.
And he remembered him, and that was that. But yeah, Paul's a good guy.
Paul's a good troop. Him and Slater Blackiston, who was a kid I had in my platoon as a seaman, his father was the ambassador to Egypt, and he became an officer. He was an educated man. He became an officer, and he was on a exchange tour with the French commandos, and he got killed on a night skydive. We never really found out. That was all hush-hush. God only knows who screwed up where, but he was a character. But him and Paul Evanco were in Europe at the same time, and they were doing all kinds of crazy things to each other that I will not talk about. But the admiral's wife on one trip, who was I don't know if he was Sinkus Navier, I think that's who he was, but his wife, nice lady, but she made the mistake of sitting next to either Slater or Paul they were going somewhere in the admiral's plane, and he opened his briefcase, and there was quite an abundance of yard workers in there, and the smell came out, and one or the other, I can't remember what the two was, but one had put a mud slug in the other briefcase.
Put a what in?
A mud slug.
Oh, yeah. A mud slug.
That's what I call them.
Oh,
and, I mean, they're a couple of crazy guys, but they're prior enlisted guys, so they really carried their sense of humor or their grossness into the officer community.
It always
Which
peaks.
the officer community can use that. A lot more of it.
When it goes too far, it always peaks with shit.
And to be sitting next to the admiral's wife, for God's sake. I guess she it knocked the curl right out of her hair. I don't know, but so the story goes. You'd have to ask Paul. He can bring you up to speed on it. But yeah, there's just, and now that just bringing up Paul made me think of that. And it's it's just the way your life goes. Certain things trigger memories. They're back in there somewhere in one of the file cabinets, and when you hit the right combination, boom, that file cabinet pops open. You have access to stuff you haven't thought about for 20 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like my Escopeta, my shotgun. God, I love the shotgun. Still do. Teach tactical shotgun, which I think we're going to do some of that this year. So, Hershel loves his 12 gauge. It hits so very hard that when he shoots his enemies, it tears them all apart. It tears off chunks of tissue and turns their clothing red. It leaves them broken, shattered, and almost always dead. It vaporizes muscle, it pulverizes bone. But shotguns are the weapons even those yuppies we train on. They say they only use them for shooting ducks and skeet. But when you're stuck, a loaded buck turns predator to meat. Thank you.
There you go. Well done.
Thank you very much.
See, this is what I've been doing the whole trip. It's just the Hershel experience, and I'm trying to share that with you guys.
Yeah, the Hershel experience.
Yeah.
The torture of being locked up with me.
It's far from boring.
I'd like to take credit for that, but that was written by a highly educated man that I trained at gunsight with the shotgun. And he sent me that in a nice matted frame picture type thing, glass front, all calligraphed for Christmas, the year after I trained him. And I did not get a nicer Christmas present that year. I mean, I always got nice stuff. Everything's nice. I mean, look a gift horse in the mouth. But that was my favorite.
Yeah, guys do a lot of nice stuff for us at the course.
Him and his wife are both PhDs, She does her thing, he does his thing. And just really nice people. Very nice people.
And the website guys sending all kinds of stuff. Me cracked into that Crown Royal the other night.
Yeah, that was good.
Guys sent that.
Did they?
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't one I got for you. That was one they sent.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they got good taste. Now, just remember that gang, Crown Royal or Gentleman Jack.
Yeah, remember that one father, he got a little banged up. He had to leave, left his son. And then he sent 20 bottles.
Oh, yeah.
That Gentleman Jack.
And he didn't get banged up. He just didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I know so.
And we were pretty critical of that, quitting. But when all that booze arrived, I thought he was the greatest guy we ever had.
20 bottles of that stuff.
Yeah, he did.
He split it up between all the instructors and us.
He was okay. He was forgiven.
Yeah.
For quitting. He was forgiven.
Good stuff. I didn't sleep a wink last night. I get that way before I always had a lot of trouble sleeping. It seems like my mind kicks in.
If I'm getting ready to travel. Yeah, me too. Me too, but it was your trip. I was able to sleep. I got a good night's rest. So that's why this driving didn't bother me. And this is a short trip. 600 miles. I can do it holding my breath.
I thought I'd be passed out here in the... we've been driving for over 7 hours.
Have we?
I thought I'd been... we left at 8. It's 3:45. I thought I'd be knocked out by now just because I've not slept. That's not happening. I feel good. I feel like getting to that hotel.
Yeah,
I guess there's a bar there.
Yeah, get a toddy.
Get a couple.
Yeah, nice toddy.
I'm going to try to load up a video for the guys and get everybody updated, get some sleep. no big rush tomorrow. Sleep in a little bit. And we're set up.
Well, I'm kind of surprised at how warm it is back there. I mean, Jimmy, Christmas, here we are this far north. It's colder where we left.
Yeah, but there's still some snow and ice. But you're right, it's a warm, pretty warm day.
I don't see any snow. Where, do you see any snow around here?
There had been. Delaware. A little leftover ice.
Oh, not even a little patch. A little ice every now and then. Yep. Yeah, I'm glad I came along. Oh, excuse me. I'm not tired. I'm just low on oxygen. I'd get some in there.
Master Chief provides all the entertainment while I'm driving. I'm going to provide all the entertainment when we get there. I'm going to get him a couple of phonies. Pull out his nasty Hershel side. I can't think of a better guy to confront this with than you.
Well, I just hope he don't set me off. I'll try to be as, what's the word, calm as you are, but it just depends on what he says.
Yeah, it always does. There's guys that
if he gets snooty, then, well, I ain't gonna say anything. If he got confrontational, then you got to turn the camera off. Because I don't need that.
Well, I was laying there again one night. You know, I don't sleep too well, thinking, and it struck me that all I'm doing with these guys and what we're about to do is what we're taught for ambushes: surprise, sustained superior firepower, violence of action.
Right.
And that's it.
Overwhelming violence of action.
We surprise them. They don't know. They don't have time to really think.
Now that
I'm bombarding them with sustained superior firepower, the questions and shit.
They're usually dead before they can think.
Yeah. So there's little confrontation that goes on. It's over before they know what the fuck is happened.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one might be a little bit different, but I'm not anticipating.
They don't have time to formulate a battle plan.
No. They just they start talking, and I just let them talk. That's the only thing with me and Diane is Diane likes getting the word in edgewise. I'm always going.
I've noticed that.
Let them talk. let them talk, girl.
Yeah,
she pulls that seal mama
out. They just dig the hole deeper.
Yeah. And it's smart having her. She's just everything SEAL team, mother, wife, Navy. And they can't get defensive with her. Very seldom. They throw a snippy comment at her every once in a while, but it's nice having this backup. It's a different thing. You really, nobody's going to start taking swings. Who knows? We are set and approaching
guidance thing.
Approaching New York here at some point. Check the GPS. Catch up with you guys here in a little bit.